We have to start with some bad news first, because our page right here and this color scheme we defined cannot be copied to the entire report. That's a bad thing. We have one option though, what we could do. We could simply duplicate our current page, so we duplicate it right here, then we have the new page, and then we delete our visuals, and so on, and then you could create visuals, and with that you could kind of apply this color scheme or this entire format we created, this design, to the entire report. Of course, that's not comfortable, and that's also not the right approach here. So let's first delete that duplicated page here. And let's then look for a better option, because the formatting as I applied it here, so in this menu on the single page, was just for demonstration purposes for single pages. Typically in your reports you might want to have a corporate identity, so to say, so a fixed color scheme with fixed colors and so on. And the great thing is that we can create such custom themes in Power BI Desktop. Now, depending on when you're watching this video, this feature is either already implemented or it is still a preview feature. This means it has to be activated separately. Let's first explore where this feature can be found. We can go to View right here, and in there we have our themes. If we open this themes menu, we have lots of predefined themes. I'll dive into these at the end of this lecture, but let's first focus onto this here. This is the theme, the default theme of this current report. And as you can see, I don't have any option to change this default theme, because in my case, this is a preview feature. So if you have this option, you can skip the next part where I change the options. Otherwise, just go to File, Options and Settings, Options once again, you know this menu already. And here we go to the preview features, these ones. And there it's important to activate this Customize Current Theme option, this one here, and let's confirm this. Now we get the information that we have to restart Power BI Desktop to make sure the changes take effect. So let's do this now by closing Power BI Desktop. And yes, we want to save the changes here. This is fine. And now reopen the project with the changed settings now. Because if we then again go to the View ribbon here and open the menu for our themes, you should have this Customize Current Theme button here. And very important, current theme refers to the default theme up here. We didn't change a theme, we just changed the look of a single page at the moment, but the report is still using this default theme. I can also prove this to you. If we go to the measures page here, open the themes and then select this default theme, you see nothing changes here. If I would select another theme, for example this one, then the look of the report would change, and this would also be applied to the other pages, by the way. And if I switch back to our default theme here, this one, then we get the look back for this individual page, but for the other pages, we have this white look back. So don't confuse this here, changing a single page and changing a theme, two different things. However, we selected the default theme now up here, and now we customize this current theme. And what we can do now is, we can of course give this theme a name. Let's say course theme test maybe, because you might not want to use this. Here you can define all the different theme colors. I don't want to dive too deep at this stage. We had a close look at formatting in the last lecture. You also have some advanced options, so feel free to dive deeper into here. I just want to show you some of the core options you have. For example, here you can change the font size, the text color. You can again change the title, for example, so the main title of the axis here. So everything you want, feel free to customize that. I just want to focus onto the visuals first, so the visual background, because you remember we had a transparency of, I think, 7%, something like this. Then we added a border, so let's turn on the border, and it should be a white border here as we had it, and the radius was around 10 pixels, I guess, so let's add this here. Then for the headers, we also had some changes. We had a black background color and border color is white, that's okay. We didn't have any transparency. The icon color then should also be white maybe. So this should look all right. Then let's go to the page. Here we have our wallpaper, so the entire page. We had a black color for this, as we can see it down here. So let's take this color. The page background was a bit grayish as far as I remember, something like this with less transparency here. Like this, we'll see it will not exactly match our thing here. And then we have the filter pane, which was also in this black look here, and also a white font and icon color then. Let's see if this looks fine. We can tailor this if we want to, but the important thing is we can now apply and save this. With this, we now applied this, and now if I switch to the measures page here, you can see that the format was applied. Same thing is true here for our relationships page. So now we used the default theme, adjusted it, and saved it in an updated, in a changed way. And now all our pages are changed according to this. This means if we go back here now, you can find this report here with our course theme test. Here we still have the default theme. So if you're not happy, click default. As you can see, we are back here. This is the style we previously created. And the problem now is that we lost our theme. This might be a bug due to this early preview feature, but as you can see, our course theme we created is just gone now. So we don't have it anymore. Because you have to make sure that if you create a custom theme, you have to save or export this current theme with this option down there. Therefore, let's again select the default theme that we have now and go to customize current theme. And now we have to repeat this, but I'll do this really quickly just for demonstration purposes. So we go to visuals here, change the transparency a bit, so a bit transparent, add the border with the white color and some radius, let's say 10 again. For the header, we take the black background. This one, border color is white. And then we format the page quickly with our black wallpaper, and here with the also grayish background and less transparency, like this. So let's now again, give this a name, almost forgot about that. So course theme test, so as we did it before, and let's now apply and save this. And now we are using this theme, so as you can see it here, so if I switch again, we have it. But now it's very important to select the theme menu, and now go down here to export current theme, this option here. Now make sure to save this theme, it's a JSON file here, as you can see it, in a folder of your choice. I'll maybe also call this course theme test JSON, and you will also find this theme attached to this lecture, of course. So let's save this now. And if we now do the same thing we did before, so we change the theme back to our default one, then we see right here, we have the problem that the theme is gone and that we cannot find it again here in our themes that we have in Power BI Desktop. But now we can simply go to Browse for Themes, now navigate to the folder where you just stored the theme, select the JSON file, press open. Now the theme was imported successfully, and now, as you can see, the theme is applied once again. By the way, if you change it now back to the default one, check it, you see we still have the problem that the theme is not stored. That's what it is at the moment, but at least this is how you can create such themes for your Power BI reports. However, as you can see, this is still a bit buggy. Therefore, for the course, I want to follow a different approach. I simply want to use one of the default themes. And turns out that we have a theme which comes pretty close to the one that we created in the last lectures. So if you again go to the theme menu and now select this one right here, it's called Innovate because we are innovative people in the end. So let's select this. And with that, we have a nicer look of the theme. If you check the other pages, this looks pretty cool. You can see some things though. The theme was not applied to this page entirely. It partially added some features, but if you closely look at the filter and down here, you see that in this theme, this looks a bit different all. This is simply due to the fact that we now have to revert all the changes we applied to our single report page, not to the single visual, because I like that look that we have actually. So let's go right here to the page part, and let's now simply revert the changes we had for the wallpaper right here, and let's also revert the page changes for our page background here. Finally, we have to do the same thing for our filter pane right here. And now I think this looks pretty nice, right? You can see we have still our formatting for our visuals, and we can actually also change it here for our legend. So the color of the legend should actually be white, I guess. Yeah, this looks cool. And now we can just take this format of our visual, select the format painter, go to the measure and apply the format here. Then again, there, here, and right there. and do the same thing maybe to be in line for all our pages also on this first page. Yeah, so these were lots of steps. As you can see, this whole theming topic, especially when it comes to custom themes, is not perfectly set yet, but especially our overview page, I think it looks really cool now. So with that, let's finish this theming and colorization part, and let's now dive into another very special visual, the so-called slicer.